Ready for step two? All right, let's get right into it. The next thing we are going to do is create and save our replies to comments. But in order to do so, we of course need a post to use Genius Posts on. So maybe you have a post up already and out there, then go and find the post you want to use it on. If not, go ahead and pause this video and quickly create a post of your own. I have found a post already. I've actually just posted this 25 minutes ago, and this is a hand raiser for our free 7-day challenge. So once you have your post that you want to be using it on, you are going to click on the three dots right here in the upper right corner. And now that you have installed Genius Post, it will show you the option to use Genius Posts. That's exactly what we are going to do. So I'm going to click here and it will present me two options. I can either create a new or I can clone a previous run. In this case, we are going to start creating our first Genius posts. So of course, I'm going to click the option create new, but just to give you a bit of an explanation of why it also gives you the option to clone. This is when you have found something to be very successful for your business and to get new clients. So it could be a challenge, a workshop, or a webinar, or maybe a hand raiser for a lead magnet or a cheat sheet that you are sharing. Then you are probably going to want to repeat this in the future, right? And if so, you can keep using Genius or Genius Posts without having to build it from scratch. You can just clone a previous run and it will save your keywords, your messaging, etc. But again, we are going to create a new one. So I'm clicking here and it will bring me to this page. Then first thing we need to do is give it a post title and a description. This is for your eyes only. Nobody else will see this information. But you can imagine if you want to start cloning later on, it is important for you to immediately be able to see and recognize which post it is and what the goal or the topic of the post is. So in my case, I'm just going to name this 7-day challenge, and to the description, I am going to add a razor. All right. Then we are going to get into the real deal, the important details, which all starts with setting your keywords. So this will help you determine the type of comment you have received, if it's someone raising their hand, showing interest, and you can then decide what type of message those people who commented should receive from you. So just to hop back onto my post for a second, because I think that will help explaining this even better. As you can see, I have been very precise and very clear on my call to action. I am asking people specifically to drop me an I'm in below if they're interested. So I'm in will, of course, be my main keyword. So I'm going to head back over here and I'm going to type I'm in. Once you've typed your keywords and you want to save and add it, just click comma and it will add the keyword for you. Then of course you can leave it with one, which in this post example could really work. But I also know from experience and for a fact that people don't always follow the rules. And I often do get different comments that don't include my keywords, however specific I was, but those people were still interested in trying to raise their hands. So again, it's up to you to decide if you're going to leave it with the one keyword or you want to add a couple of other keywords that you expect people to maybe drop in the comments. So this could, for example, be a yes, please, comma. It could be me, please. Maybe a hell yeah. And again, I can go on and on. You can add as many as you like, but for demonstration purposes, I think this will do and you get the point. So now what? We have chosen our keywords. What type of reply do we want to leave those people? That's what we are going to type right here in the reply list. And again, with all of the extensions we offer, you have the option to add different variations. They will then be automatically rotated by Genius Post. And this is, first of all, because we would like it to look personal, right? It's it doesn't look as personal if every single person receives the exact same reply from you. But we also want to fly under the Facebook radar and make sure it doesn't come across as a bot or a spam or anything like that. So, what type of replies could I want to leave to the people who've commented any of the keywords above on my post? It could be, hi, thanks for your comment. Please check your inbox. Just messaged you. All right. But I don't want to leave it with just one reply. So I could also say maybe, hey, awesome. I sent you a DM. It could be, put on you for taking action. Oh, taking action on your lead gen. Great to have you join us. Please check your inbox. Let me just add one more. Okay. And again, keep in mind if you're posting in really big groups or you're posting something that you in the past have gotten a lot of replies and comments on, then maybe you want to add a couple of more. But for now, for me, this will do. And then you can decide to either leave it with this and only reply to people commenting using one of the keywords you've added above. But you also have the option to enable a fallback reply. So, what that means is this will be a reply or a type of message that you will reply to anyone who did leave a comment but did not include any of the keywords you have entered above. So, how could you use this? You could be saying something like, sorry, wrong keyword. Try again. Just an option. But also, I have noticed that sometimes people do comment, but they're just not quite ready to raise their hands. They might have a question or more. So, what I could do instead is say something like, thanks for the comment. Please leave me or please send me a DM. Happy to answer any questions. Or it could be, hi, let's chat. Hey, let's chat. Please send me a direct message. Okay, moving on. Selecting the message group. because we don't want to leave it with replies only. We actually want to send a DM to all of those people. So anyone who left the keywords, I want to send a certain message. In the previous video, we've already set up our direct messages. So here you just select the group that you want to send out and that you have created. For you, there will be probably only one group for now, so it will only show you one option. But if you've been using Genius Post for a while for different posts, different topics, you might have different groups that you can select from. On this page, on this post, I'm going to use my challenge qualification message group, and then I can decide to tag the user or not. I don't find that necessary, so I'm going to skip this and select no. And then some more important stuff is setting the intervals, because again, we want it to look natural. We want it to look like we've manually and personally replied to everyone. But also we want to make sure we fly under the Facebook radar, because what can happen very often with viral posts, if you keep commenting one after the other, you can get restricted and blocked from leaving any comments or sending any DMs. That's what we want to avoid. So again, we're setting a couple of different intervals. And don't worry, I'll explain. We are going to start with a minimum time to reply in seconds. So before we start replying after someone left a comment, and this should be minimum 60 seconds. So you fill in the seconds right here. I don't want to wait too long because I want it to be fresh on their mind. I am going to enter 120 seconds, 2 minutes. That'll do. Then a random delay time in seconds between the different replies and messages you are going to send out. Again, this is in seconds. So you can make this as long as you like. You can do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. I'm going to keep it simple and just enter 3000 seconds. And then we also have the option to take a break, to pause after a certain number of replies and messages. Because if, again, a post goes viral, we get 500, 1,000 comments, we might not want this to run day in and out, day and night, every 3,000 seconds, because that doesn't seem very believable. So we can add a pause after a certain number. I'm just going to go ahead and enter 25. So after I've received and replied to 25 comments and send out those messages, I wanted to take a little break, and I can enter the number of minutes I want that break to last. So keep in mind, this was in seconds. Now here we're talking about minutes. So it can be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, even 3 hours if you want. But this will do for now. And then we can also decide to instead choose a random delay time for a pause after a certain number of replies. I'm just going to keep it with what I've selected with the criteria I've added right here. And then last but not least, we could choose to start from latest post engagement. Right now, for this example post, this isn't really applicable because it's a new post and I haven't replied to any of the comments that I may have received in the meantime, since I'm recording this and talking to you. But let's say you are using Genius Posts on a post that has been out there for a while already. You've already received comments, and most importantly, you have already replied to those comments and reached out to people in the DMs. In that case, of course, you don't want it to start all over and send the replies you saved above to the same people you've already replied to. In that case, you can select yes, start from latest post engagement, and it will start from the very last comment that you have received. So I hope that's clear. That's all there's to it. Again, if you'll be repeating this process in the future on similar posts and similar topics, you don't have to go through this process all over again. You can just clone your previous run. All that's left to do is save Genius Post and it will do the work for you. So have fun with it. That's all for this one. Enjoy and see you in the next one.